everybody, it's Femtrooper, and today I'm going to be talking about physical games. Are they dead? So everybody knows that I love physical games. I like owning the game. I like touching the case. I like looking at a manual, an instruction booklet, picking up, a disc, a cartridge, whatever it is. I absolutely love physical media, especially with games. So the fact that physical games are kind of slowly getting faded out, and maybe faster than we all think, it does make me sad. But before we talk about this very scary future of ours, make sure to subscribe and like this video, as well as comment. What are your thoughts on this? Do you like an all-digital future? Tell me below. Okay, so once the PS5 and the Series X came out, and they were offering these digital-only consoles, and then they had, the disc versions, it was like, uh-oh, there you go, we're fading it out. To the point where I think the next generation of consoles might actually be digital only, and that is a huge bummer. Huge bummer. It's a huge bummer because all this stuff behind me, I own. It's mine. It can't just disappear off a server. It can't, unless someone physically takes it from me, that's how it can only be taken. Like, if I want to play a Super Nintendo game, I can just pop it in my console and play it. Yes, there is the argument of, well, the batteries are gonna die one day. Okay, they might, but maybe I can change that out and we'll deal with it, whatever. But either way, all this stuff behind me, it's mine. I can play these games at any time. Maybe an update might not be available or something for some of the newer games, but I want to play an old PS1 game, I can still play it. No problem. Pop it in the console, and away we go. I don't even have to install stuff for half of this stuff. Yeah, for my PS5, I have to, install a game, and sometimes it takes a while. Although I have to say, PS5 is pretty good compared to Xbox installation times. Gross. But I can just play these games. I put an N64 game in, it literally just turns on, it comes on, I can play it. With this all-digital future that is very imminent, very likely, it basically means you don't really own the games. Yeah, sure, you paid to have the digital copy, but maybe that digital copy disappears. Or maybe in the future, I don't know, maybe everything starts to go the streaming route. So you didn't purchase the game, you are just paying for a service to have access. And then that service is like, you know what, we're not putting that game on there. What if a game is considered a little controversial in 20 years from now? Right now, it's okay and no one thinks anything of it. And then in 20 years, we're like, that was so offensive, it gets pulled. These are things that people are like, whatever, I don't care, just pay the service fee. It's like, yeah, but then now you don't have access to some of this stuff. It's happening with movies, with songs. It's already happening in those realms. So with gaming somehow has managed to stay pretty physical, but I do know there are a lot of gamers who are digital only at this point. They don't care. And honestly, that's okay. I get it. These are video games, but at the same time, it is kind of sad because I just feel like, some of these things might go away. They might get altered. That's the other thing. They might get altered, and that freaks me out too, where it's like, oh, there was a scene in a game that was, we're not sure about that anymore. Let's edit it. Let's take it out so the new version doesn't have that scene anymore, or the new version has different voices, or there's a different translation, or whatever it is. It might not necessarily be they took something offensive out. It could be anything, but it could be changed and altered. It's like the original Star Wars, how it keeps getting altered and changed. It's like, yeah, that could happen, and it's really scary because no one can change, my N64 games. No one can come here and change my PS2 games. I can pop in a DS game and just play it. It's just there. It is. So yeah, I do get kind of bummed out because I see things like, oh, Best Buy's not going to sell physical media anymore. And now I'm hearing Target's not going to be selling physical media like video games anymore. And it is very sad because I've already seen when I walk into Walmart, the video game section is a lot more condensed these days. It's not as big as it used to be. So it's just a bummer, and I absolutely support my local store. I pretty much only buy physical unless it's a digital only game, but I will always buy physical. I want that, and I absolutely love that we have companies like Limited Run that make physical versions of these games. The only concern I have with Limited Run not at the moment. Right now it's great. In the future, if we have a digital only thing going on and the consoles themselves, they don't come with disc or cartridge versions, then limited run can't really make physical versions. What they can do is like print, you know, they can make like little cases and things for you to think, you know, it's kind of like a physical version, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I really don't know. That's something I just kind of thought of, and I thought that's kind of a bummer, because if there's nothing to, you know, there's no slot or anything where you can put a cart or you can put a disc in, then limited run isn't going to be making, it's not like, oh, we'll make a physical of that digital game. It's like, you can't, because there is no way to play it then. Like, it's a weird situation, and it's definitely a bummer, and it kind of makes me sad, because it's trying to sort of erase the preservation of this stuff. Like 200 years from now, if somebody found all this stuff, they could probably find a way to play it. But stuff that's digital only doesn't really exist. It's in this weird digital universe thing, whatever. You can't, it's not a physical, tangible thing. You can't do anything with that. And that's sad. That's really sad to me, because I want the preservation of film with music and songs and video games. So it is definitely very upsetting, and yeah, it's a real letdown. Here's the deal, though. Here's the deal, and this is how I take it. Do I want an all-digital future? Absolutely not. I really don't. But I know that it's happening, so there are two options. I have honestly heard from people, I'm serious, and I'm sorry if you're one of those people, but I actually hear people say this. They'll be like, if video games are digital only in the future, I will just simply play my everlasting backlog and not play any new games again. Objection! Really? I feel like you're not a true gamer then, because I want to play. It's like saying I don't want to watch any new movies. It's like, okay, like movies are going that way, and like I still enjoy film and I still enjoy movies. So if movies are digital only, I'm still going to watch movies. I'm not going to be like, I'm just watching old movies. Like, what is that? It's annoying. I want physical media. I love it. I love this, clearly. But I also love games. I love playing games. So if the only way to play games is their digital only versions, I'm going to still play games. I'm going to play all the new releases. You know, Final Fantasy 30 comes out and it's digital only. I'll probably be dead. Final Fantasy 30, who am I kidding? But you know what I'm saying. These games that are going to come out, I'm going to play them. I don't care if I don't have a physical version, because the whole point is that I love to play video games and I'm a gamer. So if that's the way I have to play them, then that's the way I'm going to play them. That's sort of how I see it, and I'm trying to be positive about it, because when it comes down to it, I want to play the games. Those are kind of my thoughts on physical media, but there's a positive in the sense where I hate it, but I also have to embrace it, because if I don't, then I am going to be one of those people who's like, I'm only playing Super Nintendo. It's like, dude, no. Like, yes, I still have old games I need to get to. And I swear to you, in 30 years from now, I'm still going to be like, oh man, I've still got a PS2 game I want to play. Of course. But I still want to play the new games, because games are great. We are in the best time, in my opinion, of video games right now. We're getting so many new releases of extremely high quality. Like, they're so good. Some of my favorite games of all time are games that came out in the last 5-6 years, and I feel like that's amazing. We are spoiled. We are absolutely spoiled, and if it means that all these great games are digital only, so be it. I'm still gonna play them and have a wonderful time, because I love to play video games. So what do you guys think of this? Are you okay with it? Are you mad but gonna embrace it like me? Or are you just completely, like, mad about it and you're just like, you know what? No, I'm just gonna be playing my Dreamcast forever. I don't know what that is for you, but I want to know. So please let me know what you guys think. Please like and subscribe. And of course, I'll see you guys in my next video.